Hey folks, welcome back. Long time no see.
How you doing, everybody?
As you can clearly see, this is not Big Shot Joe. This is
My name is Kyle Swinesberg.
the new replacement.
New replacement
Yes.
or addition.
I like to think of it as an upgrade. Oh,
You can all.
this is yeah.
I'm going to be going by the name of K Swine.
K Swine. That's right.
The first letter of my first name and the half of my last name.
So, as some of you know, I put out a message, said, that Big Shot Joe wasn't going to be involved with this going forward from here. Well, that has since changed. He is apparently still going to be involved with the channel, just on a part-time basis. So,
Big Shot Joe's got some family stuff he's got to deal with, and
yeah.
he'll,
So we're gonna
he will be like
thinking about changing the name to Part-Time Joe instead of Big Shot Joe, but
or no show Joe at times.
Yeah,
'Cause
well, that's-
obviously he's not here.
yeah, that was the problem. So, but yeah, he just says he's trying to make time with everything. We got a lot of stuff going on, so he
Life-
will be part-time.
Life happens.
He will make guest appearances. Sometimes he'll just be involved with the show period. So he still's going to be associated. But that's the bottom line. So for those of you who were fans of the little tyke, never fear. He'll still be involved. No.
If you're a big fan of Big Shot Joe, let us know. We'll get him back on here. As
Yeah.
much often as we
We'll
can.
tell him. Say, hey, man, people like to see you. They want you to come back and be part of it more often. But him and I are still going to do the Captain Bill Big Shot Joe Watch a Movie reviews. And he still wants to take part in challenges. Like, as some of you may remember, last year we had the first annual egg extravaganza, which yours truly won. If you can remember him throwing up after 9 hard-boiled eggs. That's a good time. So we'll be we'll definitely be having the second annual one this upcoming November. We'll do it the same time before we did. We're going to do it the night before Thanksgiving.
Just so we can't eat as much on the big day.
Yeah. So that, in fact, we'll apparently with that particular challenge episode, there's going to be, obviously Kyle will be involved in it, and there's going to be a couple other friends of the show that want to be part of it. So we may have 4 or 5 people.
That's what they said, but we'll see what happens when the big day comes.
This is true.
Brave people show up, and the people who don't want to show up aren't here.
So now that we've got you up to speed on somewhat as to what's been going on, where we've been, what's going to go forward from the future, I want to take a minute to let old K Swine here just kind of tell us a little bit about himself. What pedigree does he have that brings him here? Why was he chosen to be part of this? And so I'm gonna let him tell you. Take it away.
All right. Well,
K Swizzle.
I've been a fan of pro wrestling since I guess mid 1999. My first real taste of Monday Night Raw WWE was the day that
He brought notes. You see that?
Yeah, we got
Joe
notes.
never had notes.
I'm prepared, unlike the Big Shot Joe. He has quirky moments that made the show
That's all right.
laughable. My first big taste of Monday Night Raw was the April 12th, 1999 episode of Monday Night Raw. And the thing that stood out to me was Shane McMahon was trying to take over the corporation, and he slapped Vince McMahon right across the face. I don't know if anybody remembers that, but that was a big moment in my life that got me caught. It hooked me. And then my first ever full episode of Monday Night Raw, I'm sure everybody remembers this one because Vince McMahon was the one who revealed himself as the secret person of the corporate ministry. And the same exact day,
The higher power.
Stone Cold Steve Austin was named the CEO of the WWE, and ever since that day, I've been watching wrestling. I've also been included into this 321 Screw because I have been good friends with Big Shot Joe since about the 8th grade. We've been good friends. We've been to all kinds of different shows. Actually, me and Big Shot Joe went to our first WrestleMania together, WrestleMania 24, right here in Orlando at the Citrus Bowl. And then we started hanging out with Bill.
Yeah, I met both Joe and Kyle at the same time when I came to work at the Kennedy Space Center with both of them back in 2010. So him and I have been friends for 10 years now.
Yeah.
And him and Joe go back, as he said, even farther.
And I have a good knowledge of professional wrestling. I'll probably have to do my homework. Like I said, I got my notes here and gotta freshen my memory of all the stuff that has gone on with professional wrestling as of late. I just moved back from Colorado just last month, so it's gonna take a lot of focus to get myself back into the game.
Much like Joe, Kyle's main interest and following was almost predominantly WWE. He did back in the day. He didn't watch much of any WCW, any of the other things. So, but with that being said, thanks to the WWE network, he's been going back, starting from the beginning, watching all old Nitros and WCW pay-per-views, trying to familiarize himself with that era. Because as someone who watched both, and I was more WCW than WWE, it was a hell of a time. It was kind of similar to a little bit of like what's going on now with the Wednesday Night Wars, but it was the Monday Night Wars. It was the two big dogs, Nitro going head to head with Raw, and the one thing a lot of people don't give WCW credit for is they inspired a lot of stuff that WWE does now. The WCW Nitro changed how Raw did things. The length of the show, the fact that they went live, certain aspects of the show that people grew to love was a direct result of what happened in WCW. So I like that he's going back and watching this stuff and seeing these things now. So now, because as we all know, I've talked about my wrestling, knowledge and love, passion, whatever you want to call it, goes way back to the old, NWA days and Florida and Georgia Championship Wrestling. Gordon Soley, to me, the greatest announcer commentator ever. He's the GOAT. But that's when I was watching back with Magnum TAs and Ivan and Nikita Koloff and the Horsemen and the Freebirds and the Funks and the Briscoes and the Von Erichs, when Sting was bleach blonde, buzz cut, Stinger wooing and shit, so I like that he's going back and familiarizing himself now. So it's gonna be good and interesting. So now when he brings stuff up or I bring stuff up, he'll know a little more what I'm talking about. So kind of looking forward to that.
A good point Bill brought up about being live and all that. A lot of people think WWE was live first. No, it wasn't. The only reason why Vince McMahon said that it was live is so he can get people to watch it.
Yep.
When Eric Bischoff and Ted Turner came on the air with Monday Nitro, the very first episode to the very last episode of Monday Nitro was live every single Monday night.
Yep. But that forced Vince's hand to change Raw to go live. And again, same thing though. Raw's 3 hours now because Nitro was 3 hours. Raw used to be 9 to 11. Nitro was 8 to 11.
Absolutely, and if everybody thinks about it, as much as people want to give Stone Cold Steve Austin and Vince McMahon credit to why the Attitude Era was so famous for what it was, you have to give that much credit to Eric Bischoff, Hulk Hogan, and Macho Man and Lex Luger, because they were the ones that was lighting the fire under Vince's ass.
And they kind of started the evil heel management type, authority persona. Because McMahon wasn't doing a lot of that. If you remember, some of you, he was an announcer. Mm-hmm. He was an announcer, commentator, and that Bischoff as that shady authoritarian figure, coming in and injecting himself into storylines and involving himself with stuff, inspired McMahon. And, well, we all know what McMahon did with it. He sort of run with it. Him and Stone Cold, they turned that shit into gold.
The true Mr. McMahon character didn't come out until after Bret Hart, the whole screw job in '97 started.
Yeah.
And then Vince McMahon had the idea to make himself an actual character and include himself into the storylines. But like Bill said, Eric Bischoff was a part of NWO back in '96, '97. So he was already on top of that before Vince McMahon came up with the idea.
Yeah. So, and then same thing, kind of that big reveal, because, Bischoff also commentator. Yeah. It seemed like, oh my God, he was appalled by the Hall of Nash. What the hell are they doing here? You're not part of this. And then it turns out Bischoff was involved in part of it all along. He was that big reveal. So again, a lot of similarities.
Getting thrown off the stage and everything.
Right.
It was all ploy.
So that's what kind of I like the fact that he's going back and, like I said, familiarizing himself with all that, because it's one thing he'll see as a big WWE fan he's going to realize, oh wow, man, okay, now things will make sense. So
a lot of things make sense about that, because if you are strictly WWE, you think that superstars such as Chris Jericho, Eddie Guerrero, their career started in '99 when they got into WWE. No, that's not true.
No, they were.
Eddie Guerrero was debuted pretty much the debut year of Nitro, '95.
Yeah. Well, Eddie Guerrero, even before that, was
down
a short run at ECW. He had Jericho started at ECW, but that's what you guys know this. What are you going to talk about? We're just the point of all this conversation is kind of letting you know where his where he started and the things that going back watching that. So I recommend for all of you guys, if you're big WWE fans and you have the network, go back and watch some WCW stuff. You'll be surprised at a lot of it. But I honestly am excited. As another thing that you can see, you notice the wall background behind us.
Upgrades.
Definitely upgraded from what it was. With the exception of I think 4 of the belts that you see, and you can't even, I don't even know if you could see all of them. We had 4, but all these other ones were all donated to the show, courtesy of Kyle here.
Before I was even offered this spot, and now here I am, and
exactly.
I'm glad to be able to.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I'm excited because it's kind of the way things were going with things. It was so hit and miss, and such long gaps between. I mean, really, honestly, since before WrestleMania, we've only put out a couple of shows, 2, maybe 3 at the most. I don't even know if it's that many. So, I'm happy that he's part of it now. So we're gonna be bringing this back to you, once a week like we were before, and in the near future, we're gonna start going back and doing the shows live again. So when we are airing these, we'll be coming at you live. So that will allow the interaction via the chat like we used to have when we first started this, when it was myself and Big Shot Joe and Fabulous B. So he when he left, we we lost that capability of going live at the time because we didn't have the setup. But you know, we've gotten a new camera. We've got the internet going on. So
New wall.
the new wall. So yes. So
new cast.
new cast again. Upgrade all around. Upgraded the camera. Upgraded the backdrop. You know.
And if there's
Got us some
any
new chairs.
321 Screw fans out there that want to give us some pointers or tips of how to improve our show, just write on the comments. Also hit that subscribe button.
Give us a thumbs up.
Hit that
Especially
little
here.
bell.
And I'm hoping some of you friends, family of OK Swine now, and now that he's part of it, I like to hope and think that you will be subscribing and tuning in, as we're gonna, be bringing it to you, weekly again. We will. The plan is now we're going to be doing the shows on Sundays. That way, everything that's going on, we'll have the Monday Raw, your NXT, your AEW, SmackDown. All these things will have happened, and we'll be able to talk about what happened in that earlier in the week on the shows. And then when there's pay-per-views, we'll work some. We'll arrange that. We may just do the shows on Saturdays and get it uploaded before the pay-per-view happens Sunday night. That way we can kind of talk about the upcoming pay-per-view, maybe give our predictions and our picks for who's going to win matches. So I'm excited. It's definitely got the old juices going again.
It's also going to be talking about specific wrestlers, or maybe we'll do a whole show of explaining where these titles came from and the pictures of our show, our friends over at ARW.
For those of you who don't know, that is Atomic Revolutionary Wrestling. They are the local indie promotion here in Brevard County. Their home base is in Cocoa, Florida. Alex Red, the owner, CEO of the show, is a friend, and a friend of the show, friend of the channel, friend of myself and Big Shot Joe. And I plan on introducing him to Kyle at the next show that we will be all attending. They're going to his first ARW show on October 23rd upcoming. Blood, Sweat, and Fears. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Look forward to that. The main event so far, they've announced a few matches. The main event of that one is going to be a triple threat monster madness or monster show, something.
Halloween theme.
Yeah, it's a whole Halloween theme, but it's going to be the ARW champion Shannon Moore, formerly of WWE, Impact, WCW, will be taking on Sin Bodai, who, for those of you who don't know, was Kazarni in WWE, and Gangrel. That's right, Gangrel. Leader of the Brood. He will be involved in that match. We're going to have 3 stages of hell. Not exactly sure what that means, what's going to happen, but it sounds good. For the ARW Tag Team Championship, which will be the Brothers in Arms, Jason Dugan and Ray Zion, defending against
the Headbangers, right?
The Headbangers, absolutely. Mosh and Thrash.
Attitude Superstars in that.
Yep, from WWE.
Tickets are limited, I think. I saw the post last night. Tickets go fast.
A handful of them left. No VIP, no second row. It's general admission, third row seating in the back. But I think there's less than 10, so you might want to check that out. But if not, go to YouTube. They have Atomic Revolutionary Wrestling ARW. They have a YouTube channel. You can find a lot of matches on there. We're going to have Ryzen. I don't know if you're familiar with Ryzen. Would you look him up? RYZIN. It's him right here. Cool guy. Yeah, he's friends with Matt Hardy. You can find YouTube matches with him against Matt Hardy. He has been involved in AEW. Some of the AEW Dark episodes that you find on YouTube. He's been involved in that, as well as Red Velvet, who happens to be Wes Briscoe, the son of Jerry Briscoe, and the former ARW champion who was defeated by Shannon Moore. Red Velvet and Wes Briscoe, they're a couple, but Red Velvet's been on AEW. In fact, I just watched her this last Tuesday night. She took on Brandy Rhodes. You'll see in ARW they have Mbadu, who's also been involved with AEW. See, we have where's he at?
Cinco's
Oh,
over
there he is.
there.
Here, Chico Adams. One Chico Adams, yes sir. Chico still sucks, by the way. But he's a cool guy. But you see him, he's involved in WWE a lot. In fact, he was on the first night of Raw Underground. He took part in it, and he also had one AEW match against Jake Hager, but he's been involved with WWE and a lot of stuff. He played many different roles. He was a security guard that escorted Goldberg to the ring at WrestleMania this last year. He was a medic that took care of Ray's eye when he got gouged on the steps by Rollins and Murphy. He was involved in the Sheamus Jeff Hardy piss test, in the middle of the ring episode. He was involved there. Great guy, though, man. Great guy. Hell of a talent, hell of a performer. ARW, we've had EC3 was just at the last show and had stated that he will be back again. So hopefully here in the next, one of the next few upcoming shows, we'll be seeing him again. The Pope, Elijah Burke, is currently the ARW Atomic Rapid Fire Champion. He beat Jason Dugan the show before last that we were at and took that title. So he's a title holder at ARW, so we know he'll be back to defend the title. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be good times. Looking forward to this next show. As he said, it's going to be a whole Halloween themed episode, but it's a fun time. So for those of you who are in the Brevard County area, Brevard, or even Orlando, it's not too far to drive over. You definitely want to check out some ARW. As you know, I have the Beyond the Squared Circle wrestling group on Facebook, which Alex Red, who the CEO of Atomic Revolutionary Wrestling, is an admin in that group, as well as Big Shot Joe still, and now K-Swine here is also an admin there, so we'll be posting stuff there. So be sure to join that group if you haven't.
It's really good.
It's
a group on Facebook that has a lot of information,
and we cover everything. It's not a WWE group. It's not AEW. It's a pro wrestling group. All aspects of pro wrestling. All promotions: Ring of Honor, TNA, Impact, NWA, ECW, New Japan. If it happens in pro wrestling, even semi-independent, we'll show it. It's just people. It's all for people who have a love of wrestling. So go to Facebook, look for that Beyond the Squared Circle, and join. You'll like it. I promise. I wouldn't steer you wrong. Mm-hmm. Unlike that Big Shot Joe, who was always trying to steer everyone wrong. Joe.
Want you back, Joe?
Yeah, man. Yeah. I like to give him a hard time, but I enjoy doing the shows with him, and hopefully he can
straighten out whatever he's got to straighten out.
appear more often than not. Granted, I know he's not going to be a regular, but I know you and Joe have been like best friends for a long time too. So
absolutely,
I think it'll be fun. So we got big things coming. Big things coming.
Like I said, we're gonna have episodes. Basically, just random episodes where we talk about a specific wrestler or an event coming up.
Yep.
Or we can do
We'll preview pay-per-views.
exactly.
As I said, when we go to this ARW show on the 23rd, we will definitely be
We can
doing
do
a review show after that.
favorite matches or the greatest what we think our the greatest match of all time was from WCW, ECW, and WWE. We're going to do our research this time.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And like you said, we by doing the shows at the end of the week, we said that'll give us plenty of talking points to talk about big things that happen on different shows. For instance, I just last night I watched NXT AEW, and for those of you who didn't watch AEW, I'm here to tell you that parking lot, backlot street fight between Best Friends and Santana and Ortiz from Inner Circle. That shit was crazy. That match alone was worth watching the episode of AEW last night. It was good. So
Don't do what I did when I started watching. Just watch one program because
no, yeah, why?
it's
Why limit yourself?
It's more interesting to watch all aspects of what's going on. We actually hope Impact gets even better and they start selecting a stable channel so we can start talking more about Impact because they don't like the third wheel right now, but they got some good stuff brewing in the.
Oh yeah, with all the people, again with us of not doing a lot of shows since before WrestleMania. There's so much stuff that has happened. So many people that have left WWE, gone other places. Some of you may know Zack Ryder. Well, no longer Zack Ryder. He's now Matt Cardona. His next name. He's AEW. Rusev, formerly Rusev, now Miro. He's AEW.
Matter of fact, I'm wearing the club right now. I believe Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson are down there on Impact.
They're in Impact, yeah. Along with Heath Slater, Deonna Purrazzo, who was let go from NXT. She's there. She's now the Impact Women's Champion. So getting released from WWE was a blessing for her. Just like Eric Young went back to Impact, and he's now the Impact World Champion. So
they're making some progress, and they're going to start turning heads here. And like I said, hopefully they can find a station that they can stay on.
I would love to
people
see
can
them
actually find it.
Yeah, I would love to see them get a TV deal somewhere. They used to have one.
Yeah. They were on Spec TV for a while, and then they can't find a deal.
Yeah. So as you can see here, man, we kind of talk about all sorts of stuff, and that's what we're going to get back to doing. So look for us every week now.
Hit that subscribe button. Don't forget.
Again, yeah, don't
Hit that
forget
little bell.
that's important. Yes, yeah. After the subscribe, that bell button, and then that like button, that thumbs up button. What I want you to do is come up from behind, get it in a full Nelson, and don't let go until it agrees to like.
Absolutely.
Yeah, teach it a lesson. And then that subscribe button, give it the old bionic elbow, a la Dusty Rhodes.
American Dream.
Mm-hmm.
One of the greats.
And then, of course, the bell icon, Stone Cold Stunner.
There you go.
Maybe Goldberg Spear.
There you go.
And then a Stone Cold Stunner.
Yeah.
Do both. Cover both of them.
And like I said, fill out comments. Tell us what you liked about the show, what you didn't like about the show, what we can improve on. If there's any tips from anybody that has more experience than us about how to make the show more appealing.
We're always open to suggestions and recommendations from those of you that watch and
Exactly.
Support us. So talking about wrestlers, I'm just kind of curious who would you choose as your top three favorite wrestlers ever?
Top three favorite wrestlers. Well, Randy Orton is my number one guy. He's hanging out here
There he is.
on top of the
There he
WWE
is, right there.
Championship.
Trust me. I keep an eye on him during the entire show because I know at any moment he could come up and give
RKO out of
Case
nowhere,
one an
baby.
RKO out of nowhere.
Randy Orton's my top guy right now. He's been in my top guy for quite some time now. He's been there for almost 20 years, if not 20 years now, and he's the Viper, and just the way his character, the way that he's methodical with his moves, like you love to hate the guy, you love to love the guy. So much respect to Randy Orton and all his success. I would have to say my second favorite superstar is AJ Styles, and I kept my eye on him the second he debuted at the Royal Rumble, and he has not disappointed yet. He is absolutely the phenomenal one, and I wish the WWE Network had the library from TNA, so I could see some of the X Division Championship stuff he used to do. If I can get my hands on some of those matches, that would be awesome. Because I heard he destroyed people.
Probably if you check YouTube, I would. You probably find a lot of stuff on YouTube. He's right though, because I watched a lot of TNA. When they had all the big. When WCW, all the guys that didn't go to WWE went to TNA. So, I mean, they had, Sting and Steiner and Booker T and Jarrett, Jeff Jarrett and Kurt Angle and, Bischoff, those guys were all over there.
Like I said, AJ Styles has been doing this. He's kind of like Chris Jericho or Eddie Guerrero, who's been through every territory. I mean, we don't have the territories no more, but AJ Styles has made a name for himself in New Japan. He's made a name for himself here in America.
Ring of Honor.
He is absolutely he fills in the name phenomenal one because he really is phenomenal. It's not just a name; it's what he made himself out to be.
Yeah.
And then I guess my third favorite superstar would have to be Stone Cold Steve Austin, just because he was one of the main reasons why wrestling is still going today. Why people tuned in at the Attitude Era, because there were a lot of superstars, WCW, ECW, WWE, that made the 90s what it was, but Vince McMahon and the character with Stone Cold Steve Austin just brought it home. And
yeah, they saved WWE because WCW was killing them.
They was
killing them in the ratings.
If it wasn't for Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, that Stone Cold, Vince McMahon rivalry, whatever you want to call it, the thing that went with them, that was gold. That was gold.
They did stuff that no one else did or has tried to copy. I mean, they tried to copy. They always try to repeat history, but I'm pretty sure there will never be another time when somebody was going to drive a beer truck into a freaking arena and douse the entire ring with beer.
Yeah.
That's like no one would ever probably do that ever again because the regulations won't allow it. So, Randy Orton's number one, AJ Styles is number two, and Stone Cold Steve Austin would probably be number three. It's always up for debate because times are changing, and when you get a new guy in there and he steals your heart, might change the ranks.
New favorites happen all the time. So yeah, we hope that you guys will keep watching. You'll tell your friends, and they'll tell their friends.
Your family. Yeah. Tell people you know.
Exactly.
We'll definitely give
tell
you
them
as much information
to check it out
we can.
and to subscribe and tune in and just.
The more people
that
watch,
be part of it.
The more people get information. And like I said, keep your ear out for ARW because unfortunately with the quarantine happening right now, there's limited amount of seats, but just wait till the quarantine's over and there'll be twice as many tickets and it's gonna be a good time.
and not just with this show, as I said, keep an eye out here on the channel. We're gonna keep going with the movie reviews with me and Joe. Challenge videos. We've only done the one, but it was a lot of fun, and so many more that we want to do. Bean Boozled. Of course, like I said, we're doing the egg challenge again.
Yeah.
You know, we're talking about a hot sauce challenge.
Oh boy.
You know, where we're gonna get.
I'll probably win that one.
We're gonna get hot sauce. We're gonna get. I want to get like at least eight types of hot sauce in varying degrees of hotness,
Make sure we get some cornstarch that
and we're gonna go. We're gonna see. We're gonna see who taps out first. You know, so it's the mystery can. Oh, excuse me. The mystery can challenge. That's another one that I'm looking forward to. And for those of you not familiar with that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get us maybe 10, 12 various cans of food.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna take the labels off.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna number the cans, and then we're gonna have a little challenge where we'll just, I don't know, roll the dice. We'll draw out of a hat, whatever it may be. One of us is gonna choose a can. We're gonna crack it open, whatever it may be. But you take a bite of it, or you tap out, you lose, and we'll see who's gonna go. Now, you may open up a can, and it may be a can of fruit cocktail. No big deal. I'll take a spoonful of fruit cocktail. Shit, who wouldn't?
Yeah.
But you may crack open that can, and it might be a can of Alpo. You're gonna have to eat a spoonful of it. Just eat a spoonful of dog food. Ain't gonna kill you. It's not gonna make you sick. It's not gonna hurt you. But man, is it gonna taste bad. So I'm looking forward to that one. That one's gonna be some good fun. I do think. And like I said, we got more than just myself and Kyle here. We got some other people, like I said, friends of the show that want to take part in some of these challenges. So look for those videos coming out. We're gonna start. I'm gonna start pumping out a lot more, a lot more product than we have been. I want to go. I want to get a lot of stuff out there. Because I understand not everyone's into wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone likes wrestling, and I understand that. So that's why we want to expand and not make this channel just strictly all about wrestling. Because by doing that, we're limiting our fan base, and I don't want to do that. I want to have something for a little something for everybody. So that's why we're going to do challenge videos. We're doing the movie reviews. We're going to do. This is going to be our staple, our mainstay. This is the 3-2-1 screw throwdown. It's been the throwdown since we started this. So we're going to go back to keep that going.
But it's going to be a Sunday throwdown, not Thursday.
Like I said, other things. As much as my love for wrestling that I have, I also have an equal love for superheroes. So I mean, we may do something involving superhero stuff, because I love all the superhero movies. We might have a superhero spotlight. Where we talk about a comic book character that we love. Yeah. So all sorts of stuff. Again, I'm a big fan of horror. Horror, mystery, cryptids, Bigfoots and werewolves are my jam.
One of my favorites
So
is
I want to do occasionally put out some shows. It's going to be a 3-2-1 screw, lurking shadows, horror, and paranormal.
Hey.
Where we're going to talk about.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Maybe we'll do a show where we'll spotlight Bigfoot. We'll spotlight the Jersey Devil. Mysterious occurrences that have happened. I've read about so many different just mysterious goings on. Haunted places. So we're going to try to get something, like I said, something for everyone, something for everybody. Who knows? We may even bust out some damn cooking shows.
Yeah. Let's see who can cook the worst.
Bachelor cooking. We'll come up with some crazy recipes.
Yeah, man.
Who knows? I like I said, I don't want to limit anything. I want to get all kinds of stuff out there.
Give us ideas.
Yeah.
The most important, the way that this happens the most is to subscribe and keep us alive.
Not just subscribe.
Viewers.
After you subscribe, like, and hit that bell icon, share. Share our videos.
Absolutely.
Share our videos via your social media.
Put it on Facebook.
Put it
on Instagram.
Yeah, whatever.
Twitter.
whatever
talk
you would
about
do.
us with their friends.
And yeah, just tell your friends.
The more
So-
viewers we have, the more fun we have.
Exactly. Exactly. And I'm all about having fun.
Absolutely.
So,
Big party guy. That's how I met this guy. The first time I hung out with him was a Halloween party. I got so messed up.
oh yeah, yeah. Well, you know, as you may remember, I think we put out my birthday was St. Patrick's Day, and
Yeah.
myself and Joe and another friend of mine, we had some drinking videos and whatnot that we put out.
Your
So
drinking hat you had on?
yeah, so
That's gonna be cool.
yeah, lots of stuff coming.
Keep us alive.
Big goings on.
We're back, better than ever. We're gonna keep getting better. Maybe we'll have Big Shot Joe
Yeah, part-time Joe
We're gonna
stops by now and again.
get his butt back on this thing. And we'll make it bigger and better than ever. We're gonna keep coming at you every week. We're gonna try to upgrade our equipment. Like Captain Bill said, we're gonna get live. We're gonna do back the laptop thing. We're gonna do our research. We're gonna
Yeah,
do our research on
and
everything.
for those of you who watched past episodes, like I said, we got the new camera. This is the first show with the new camera. Let us know what you think. Is the film quality better? You know, is it clearer?
Wide
The
enough?
sound better?
It's close enough?
You know, does the wall show up good? Just any and all feedback, good or bad. We want to know. If something you think we're not doing right, you ain't feeling, let us know. If enough of you guys say, that's not really working for us, then we're going to try to correct it. But, you know, we can't do it without your help. You know, without your help, without your feedback, without your input, we won't know. So
Absolutely.
let us know, and we're gonna do what we can to put out the best that we can.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, we've taken up enough of your time today. This was the main purpose of this was just to get a new show out, introduce you to Go K-Swine here, let you know what's going on, just kind of update you with future plans, you know, goings on and whatnot. So
We're gonna do the send off.
yeah, man, what do you think? You got something in mind? You know, because I mean we you know, Joey was always doing something different, you know, but
We can do the same thing you've been doing. 3, 2, 1, screw.
yeah, that's it.
You want to start it off?
So look for us. Not this Sunday, but starting next Sunday. Today it's Thursday, as of right now, filming this. So yeah. So next weekend, which I believe is, it will probably be next Saturday then, because the
That's
27th is going to be Clash of
Clash
Champions. So yeah, so that's what we'll do.
We'll have our predictions for
we'll
that
do
too.
we'll do a little preview for Clash of Champions. We'll talk about, you know, all the shows leading up to it, because those were the go homes, and we'll talk about what all happened with that, and we'll give our preview and predictions for Clash of Champions, and we'll see what happens.
All right.
So till next time, this is Captain Bill.
Case Wines.
We're with 3, 2, 1 Screw. And we'll see you next week.
All right.
Peace.